It's a real live call, y'all.
You hear me?
Hey, what's up, brother?
All right.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Kick back now. It's going a little better than it was a couple days ago.
All right, all right. I appreciate that. I appreciate you calling, man. Appreciate you being on the line with us. I wanna you right now, to be honest with you, you live online,
Okay.
you're on my show. I wanna kinda share with what happened. I won't give say your name or nothing. But you don't mind me saying the location of where you at, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. Where I just want to confirm where you at. Where did this incident happen at?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay. All right. So what happened? What happened? Walk us through your day.
Well, young man that I met a couple days before, you know, I had walked to the store, so he gave me a ride back. So you got to go over this bridge, so he gave me a ride back, and we kind of like chopped it up, Cool. I said, like, he's a nice young man. We kicking it, Take it back to the room. So I told him that, we can get together and, kick a little bit, talk a little bit. Because he had came on to me like, man, yeah. He said, I like, you do this and you do that for a living and all of that. So I said, yeah, man, we kick it, drink some beers and talk shit, whatever. So I called him next day and he called me and said, hey, he said, I got a friend coming with me, which is, I don't know. He's a guy, cool guy. He said he's coming in.
Or
Okay, he's. Okay, I got you. I got you. Well, he's, but he's cool. We kicked it, have a good time. He helped me put a lot of this together at the end. All right. So there's the two Caucasian. One is white. One is both of them white. One male, one female. So I was cool with it. I said they cool with you. They cool with me. Come on, let's ride. So we ride, and I did notice that he's selling me to them. He's like, yeah, he's this, he's that. No, I really didn't pick up on it. But they all know we rolled on back to this side of town, and to this little hotel. I had a room. They already lived there because some of the hotels people live there for paid by the week. So they was there. So the Caucasian female, they pushed her off on me as they introduced her as a high
a
price
street
prostitute.
lady. A street lady.
A street lady, yeah, a street lady. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I don't care what you do for a living, we kick it, all types of, whatever. But she somewhat tried to over, come on to me, right? But I'm like, what is this about, That's why I'm thinking that the dude in the car has they just all friends. So when we get to our location, she got out. So I touched her, she's flinched. I said, no, you're not no street lady, because street ladies like to be touched, You that's how they get their money. So I'm thinking about this, but I wasn't interested, but I was like, God, that don't fit. And they had two rooms. She had one room on one side of the aisle. His has like a couple of days down. It was his, but they was married. All right, so this young gentleman that I came to hook up with, his friend that flew in. What's the friend word? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The one he flew in. He was having an attitude constantly. I couldn't pick up on what's wrong. That's the thing, because this young man I went to go hang out with, he was constantly trying to explain to this young man, what's going on. And the other the two Caucasian people in the back, like, man, we tired of him. Not knowing that was his first time meeting the Caucasian people too. He didn't even know them, but they came together. And I asked him later on, I said, man, what did this young man tell y'all? Why did y'all come with him to meet me? He said, he portrayed you as some rich guy living good, driving nice cars. I mean, I got a decent car, decent house, but I'm not rich. I had, time to time. But I didn't even know that. I thought, I didn't know why they came with him. So we get down there. So we go down, and now I peep the game on the female prostitute. Excuse me,
Street lady.
Street lady, yeah. But
how did it get to the part where they was? I mean, how did you even get west to the part where you said you was by a truck and they was trying to
Oh yeah, I'm
trick
getting to
you?
that. Let me
Okay.
get to that. All right.
Okay.
All right. So after that happens, there was another young lady. She came down towards my room and she pitched herself as very friendly, homeless, need help.
Was
You know,
she a white tee as well?
yeah, she was white,
Okay.
and yeah, she was white, and she was young, 20 years old. The other one was much older. She's 20. Uh, she comes in, and the young man comes in, and they acting like they meet for the first time. I'm peeping the body language, to pay for this. I was like, he know her, you know. I like, he know her. So I seen that interaction a couple of times. It come to find out that she's also a girlfriend of the white guy that was in trouble with us. One folk his wife, one's the girlfriend. He got a young girlfriend and wife, bunch of tattoos. One night he got hit in the head about 5 a.m, and he stumbled to our door. I wonder why he coming to our door, but him and the young man was friends, and he took that young man. He took him to the hospital, but they turned around and left walking. All right, the car that they was in happened to be the young man. The same car they picked me up in was stolen from his mother. I didn't even know. Huh?
It was okay. He wasn't supposed to
Yeah,
hide
he
a
stole
car.
his mother's car.
Okay.
They talking about, here and there, talking like, hey, she don't want to call the police. He want her to bring him back. Now, the young man that flew in knows this mother. So he was feeding me a lot of information. Like, man, all she wants her car back. We tried to talk him to taking the car back. Man, take your mother's her car. We ain't that far from where you people know. We about 45 minutes. Take your mother back her car. He riding around in it, letting the white couple ride around it as free will. Me and E trying to figure out what's going on with you, man. You got a couple of years out of town. Why are you spending? But we put it to they were getting their plans together, And like I said, the younger white female came down and she played that role, but guess what? She's not a drinker, so she got to drinking heavily. Before you know it, I'm talking with her. I said, "You a little trashy, huh?" And she didn't like it, and she went off. And she was like, "That's why we gonna get rid of you in the morning. We gonna put you in the back of the truck." I was like, "What?" It didn't make sense. I thought she was just a drunk rant. We turn around that morning. There's a U-Haul truck out front, and they're loading up both of their rooms. Then, a couple times he tried to get me to step into the back of that truck. One time he tried to help me I wouldn't do it because now I'm thinking. And then he said, I got something for you, man. Left it up in there. And I would not go. And after the several attempts to try to get me to that truck, he slammed down the truck and Rachel slurred me to death.
Well, N-word?
The N-word, he said that several times. And he pulled off really fast. And at that moment, I knew that I could have been in the back of that truck trying to get out. Now, right after that, about 30 minutes, the young man that I went to go pick up, can't pick me up, called me and apologized and the words he used chilled me. He said, for trying
to take you and unalive you.
That's right. But that was, and I was like, wow.
How long did they try to get you in the back of that truck? I mean, what tactics did they use?
It was like he was moving. It take him long to load the truck up out of two because these rooms are basically like hotel rooms, So they ain't like a room in the house, and they only had two of them. And then, but it was just here and there. He asked me to do something I had to get about getting in the back of the truck, and I would not go. He told them that, according to the young man that flew in, he told them that I had a lot of money in the bank.
So I'm saying, what tactic did they use to try to get you in the back of the truck?
helping him throw the box in there. That was one. Let me take this in there, and then I make him get it, and I let it go. Or he said that I didn't move. He said, "Man, I had something for you." He said, "I think it's in there on that." I said, "Man, but give it to you then." No, I'm not going in the back of that truck. And I seen him get aggravated. And also that day, I noticed that his attitude towards me was different from that, because he got up that morning and he walked towards his other room. And he passed me. Normally he's like, "What's up, what's up?" You know, but with that, he kind of looked away, kind of like mean mug. And I figured that he was just, I didn't think much about it. But I guess he had his game face on, But I'm like, "Man, what's going on?" He's tripping.
Hey, bro, I got a couple people online. Do you mind if they ask you any questions?
They can ask me any questions they want to ask.
Okay. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask?
Bomb, ask him how long did he know the person that he knew?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna unplug my headphones so he. Okay, come on, brother.
Yeah, how long did you know the person that you was acquainted with?
The guy that can't pick me up?
Yeah.
I barely really didn't know him. I just took a liking to him because he was a young man, and he kind of like, "Man, you got a decent job, you do this." I really didn't know him. I learned more about his foolishness. He had, in his hometown, he broke down the hometown stadium, and he was known to be crazy. He used my phone one time to make a phone call. I went back and called that number. It was his cousin. And she said, "Don't go to sleep around him. He's crazy." I didn't even know he was crazy. I didn't know that he had those. I know he was just told off a little bit, but I never knew to the extent that he was. I heard some stories after the fact that chilled my spine about him. We was wondering, why was he has this friend from out of town. They've been knowing each other for, and his friend is really just going off. I was like, why is he down there? Why is he still down here with these other people? They making fun of him. One day, I kind of should have known that they didn't know that he was. He had her friend was the Surrey orientation he was. So he down there. He goes to sleep. They write a slur on his forehead. He wakes up, walking around. They down there laughing at him. And I go down there and I said, "Man, you're a joke to them. Why is you spending all your time down here?" And for that part, we couldn't get it. It was like he had some type of allegiance to him. I don't know what, but it was just me. And I told the guy that flew out, I said, "I thank you, because you showing up through a wrench and a clockwork." Because I wasn't really paying attention. I guess his presence was enough for him going off, because he's down here. He don't know these people either, which I didn't know, was enough to slow it down for me to pay attention.
Sound like all of them knew the plan except for you.
For me and the young man that flew in. He didn't know that either. He came in on his birthday. And what happened to the young man that can't pick me up? He got stuck with having to stick to the plan and cater to this other friend for his birthday. And that was the contention between them on the outside, the couple and him, because he was like, "Come on, we need to go. Let's go out. Let's go DoorDash." That was his thing, to go DoorDash and let's go to the club. But the other guy that came pick me, he was like stuck to this plan that I could see, to the point where it became noticeable. One day we wanted to go get something to eat, and his mother's car that was stolen. He stole his mother's car. We wanted to go get something to eat. We wanted to. He came in. He paid to look around for the key. He went to both wrong. I don't have the key. I'm like, why is this going on? Then we turned around. We see the Caucasian couple come out, get in the car, and pull off. But then we can see him lay down on the back of the seat, like he ain't in the car. And I guess that was the one thing going on. I don't know what was going on with that. And one night, the night before the young lady came down and went off, he came up and picked up my key to the room. But what he did was he dropped two. I said, "Man, what you doing with my key?" He acted like he only got one. But then I guess at that point I was still kind of upset with what was going on anyway. So I kind of went off on him and told him they couldn't be in the room with me, in my room, which probably was a good thing because he would have been there with me instead of me blocked behind the door. And I went and got another key and changed the thing up. So, and it was just. I seen it up when she said it when the young lady was drinking. She was, we gonna put you in the back of the truck. We gonna get ready. I was like, what? You know. But when I seen that you all took it all came, and she said that she ain't said a thing in this morning. I don't even think she remembered. I guess she went out and then she walked down to the other room. But she probably don't even realize she said it.